hot on the heels of an episode that you're going to see in the future where we talked about the travesty that is our video game console bracket, best video game console bracket of all time. Templar and I are back with the Roundtable, and we were going to do an episode on the new Spider-Man trailer, which we probably should talk about that in the future anyway. There's probably going to be another, I would assume there's going to be another Spider-Man trailer that drops. A new Tom Holland Spider-Man, which just give me, did you actually watch the trailer at all? The Tom Holland trailer?
No, I was saving it for our because we had originally planned on watching it today. It's the second time because we had planned previously. We've had to just shuffle things around the last few weeks, and because we had planned on watching Lanterns, and talking about the trailer for that and the DC state of the DCU and like what that show kind of looked like sort of Yellowstone superheroes, and a little spoiler for what that discussion might look like. But we ended up being late on it. So then we were going to talk Spider-Man, but then we ended up being a little delayed on that. So here we are. We're talking Harry Potter, which just came out yesterday or 2 days ago. So like we're pretty fresh with this. But no, I still haven't watched Spider-Man. So it's something we can still talk about. I'm sure we will when another trailer drops for it. So.
Yeah. The Spider-Man, I'm cautiously optimistic as to the direction that they're taking with that. But it also made me cautiously pessimistic about the MCU all over again. It seems like they took a really cool stride with Wonder Man, and it seems like they're taking an interesting stride with Spider-Man, but maybe not with the MCU. It felt like they're like leaning into the amnesia multiverse thing a little too much, and I think it's them trying to retcon a bunch of decisions that they made with some of the real crap they put out after Infinity War. I don't know. Maybe that's just me prognosticating and they're just looking for ways to make money. I don't really know, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, the official trailer for the new show that's going to be releasing on HBO Max, which it might not be called HBO Max at the time that it releases in December because Paramount is like buying everything up, and Larry Ellison might name it HBO The Deuce. Like I don't know what he's going to call it. But anyway, it's releasing. Templar, what is your
streaming services that's gone through more name changes than HBO Max, like
HBO Go?
Like it's had all these variations, and now it might just become part of Paramount Plus. Like, will it even be its own thing? Are they just going to roll it into that? Like, I don't.
Here's the
Paramount
biggest
Max. Like, I don't.
Parabio Max. Here's the biggest travesty of all of this.
Yeah, that's it. I think.
Paramount is Paramount Plus. The streaming, I don't like their streaming. I had it for Champions League Soccer. And I think I paid like $40 for a year for it.
Which is football,
Champions League football. It's awful. It's awful. It's not as bad as Peacock. Peacock sucks, but it's pretty bad. But the thing about HBO is that they are consistently them and Apple TV are consistently putting out really good shows, actual things for them. Like The Pitt is really good. Like I cannot recommend The Pitt enough. There's like 3 or 4 other things that I
need to watch season 2.
It like they lean a little heavy into some of the politics stuff in season 2, but like not enough to be like, okay, this is the message. Like you could just tell what they're trying to say, but then they get off of it. Anyway, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone is releasing on HBO Max. What's your history with Harry Potter? We've talked about this on the show, but like catch us up to speed. Where are you with the Harry Potter franchise right now?
My history, I grew up with the movies. So I never read the books when I was younger.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I grew up I just watched the movies and I enjoyed them a lot. I read the first book in university because I took a half credit that was like science fiction and then a half credit that was fantasy literature. So I think in the fantasy one, we read the first Harry Potter, and I read it in like an afternoon. It's a very short book.
Yeah.
I don't read that fast now, of course, at my old age. But anyway, but so I only read the first one. And then a couple years ago, I was like, I'm going to actually read them. And so I read the first one again, and then I read like half the second one, but I petered out. So then I think it was last year or 23, I did just sit down. I went through them all. And I read all 7 of them. And I thought they were solid. I don't know. Reading them for the first time as like a 35-year-old was like just not the play, probably. Like, and nothing against it, but like if I had grown up reading them, I probably would have had more affection for them. Like the books I thought were solid. Like they were good. There were some things about them I liked, some things that got highlighted that aren't in the movies because there's just more time in the books to go through it that I thought was cool. But I would say like my association with Harry Potter is the movies, like the Daniel Radcliffe movies. So, and I like the franchise a lot. Like I like the world. I played Hogwarts Legacy. I never did finish it, but like, you know, I like the material around it, generally speaking. And I think the world is cool. So I'm a fan, I would say, but more of the movies than of the books.
Okay. Yeah, because this, I don't actually know where this leads, the Philosopher's Stone. Like, I don't know, is this leaning into a book? Is there like a separate codex? Like, how, do you know anything about this outside of it's just releasing?
Well, Philosopher's Stone is just the first book. So, I mean, I think it's just a retelling of that. Being a show, although the first movie is, again, the first book is very short. So the first movie with Radcliffe is a pretty good adaptation. Like it is a pretty one-to-one, about as close as you get from book to movie. So I can't imagine this will be that different. As the show goes on and there are further seasons, then I think there might be more difference between the movies and the show, because the show's just going to have more time to go through stuff that the movie couldn't get to in the book. Because as the books get longer and longer and then the movies don't, right? So they're just like, at some point, you're just cutting out a lot more from them. So it might be able to be a more faithful adaptation of the books themselves, which would be interesting and would maybe in some ways justify the existence of this as doing this again. Like so soon. I mean, I know the final one came out in 2013 or 12, 11, somewhere in there. The final Deathly Hallows came out, but it's not old enough to need a remake in terms of like any reason other than money. So, but if they can end up making it closer to the books, you know, maybe there is like another justification for it.
Okay. Well, we're going to watch the trailer. Neither of us have watched the trailer. You probably have watched the trailer at home. Let us know in the comments and what you think about it below. But here, let me pull this screen up here. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, let me pull the video up here. 1, go.
I told you. You are a normal boy. And you're going to start acting like one. You think you're something special? There is nothing special about you.
I've always wanted to know about my parents.
Your parents were the kindest, bravest people I ever met. They were funny and clever, and they stood up for what they believed was right. The next time I see you, we'll be in Hogwarts.
Mr. Potter, I think we can expect great things from you.
Oh.
Let's see who you are.
Are you really Harry Potter?
Okay. Huh. Well, there you go. That's the trailer. What first impressions? What do you think?
I mean, I to be honest, I kind of got chills watching it at certain parts. So like, it was enough to stir up something in me. Anyway, I think like, and I mean that positively. Like, I think it looks good. Like from this anyway, there's nothing that really jumps out to me as being looks like it would be an issue for me. It looks like a different adaptation, but like a pretty good one from this. Certainly the budget is there, like from the visuals, just from the trailer, which is nice. I like the set design. I think like the classroom I thought looked really good with like all the tiered seating up with the lighting. I thought that looked really good. The aesthetics I think look kind of great. Yeah, so like I'm into it. It's going to be tough. Like I have a ton of association with the movies, so it's going to be tough sort of seeing like that classroom. I think design looks really cool.
Yeah.
So having other people playing these roles, especially with maybe other elements of of it being pretty similar to the movies, is maybe going to be a bit jarring. But I mean, as of right now, I think this looks cool. Like I think it looks good. Again, like in terms of big picture, do I think this is needed? Maybe not, but that's a sort of separate question that you can always ask about almost any remake or anything like that. So like in terms of how this actually looks, just as a thing itself, I think it looks good.
Yeah.
I do.
So there's a lot of faces that I know in here.
Yeah,
but I want to go
a lot of recognizable people.
Yeah, but I want to go through who they actually are. So Dominic McLaughlin, and I think this is cool that Yahoo did this. They put the side to sides, right? I don't know who Dominic McLaughlin is. I can't even talk. The Boy Who Lived, Harry Potter.
I can't imagine he has a long filmography at this point, given his age, but you never know.
Yeah. They toned down the freckles, which I think is cool. Arabella Stanton as Hermione Granger. Don't know. I'm going to be honest. I don't mind Emma Watson as an actress. I think she was probably the weakest link on the actors. And this is not because she's a female. Right. It's just I don't like her as an actress in these. She's always breathless, and she's always got that like Ron that happening the whole time.
Certainly especially in the earlier ones.
Yeah.
Yes, I think as it goes on.
Yes.
Like I think it gets better, and especially in the first like two, she's very much that way.
Yeah.
I think starting in the third one, it's better. But I agree. I like her in it though. But that might just be I grew up with the movie, so there's a lot. There's definitely some layers of nostalgia on top of all this.
Sure. Alistair Stout. I don't know him. Sure, why not? That's a good one. John Lithgow as Dumbledore is real good. I like John Lithgow, man. He's a good actor.
Lithgow's good. Interesting choice. But yeah, generally speaking, I like Lithgow, so that's cool.
Have you seen The Crown? Have you watched any of The Crown?
No.
He is Winston Churchill in The Crown, and he does really, really good.
Okay.
And so I think he can pull off the stately English actor that Dumbledore needs to be.
I tend to associate him with
30 Rock,
the grandfather in Interstellar. But but I know he's done a ton of stuff. Obviously, it's a very long like storied career. But that's just always where I tend to go with it. But no, yeah, I think he'll be good. Yeah.
Janet McTeer as Minerva. I know her, but I don't know her. Ozark. Okay, maybe that's what it is. Ozark. Me Before You. My wife has watched a bunch of these.
Yeah, I watched some of Ozark. It was too depressing for me, so I'm kind of moved on from it. It's a tough one, especially like following up Maggie Smith. I think I mean, there's a lot of very well established actors that people are filling in for, but obviously they want to go younger, also with the character, which is fine. So I mean, she looks the part. So
yeah. The one that everybody freaked out about when they released the casting, Papa Essiedou as Snape. I think people are overblown. I think if an actor is an actor, who cares what race he is? And that's honestly, people were freaking out like, oh, it's not even, they don't even look like, just chill out. He's probably going to be a good actor. I did see him in Gangs of London. I remember him, and I never saw I May Destroy You. Did you ever see that?
I haven't seen any of these things, so I don't know him as an actor at all. Yeah, I know there was the controversy. I don't think that character in the book is tied to any particular race. So in terms of that aspect of it, I just don't know if that's a I don't know if that matters.
Yeah.
Like any actor following up this Alan Rickman performance is a tough ask. Like regardless, like the race doesn't make a difference. Like just following this up is tough.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he's the MVP in a lot of ways of the series. And because he's passed, that just kind of elevate. Like it's like the Heath Ledger Joker. Like he was so good and he passed. So it's like it just kind of takes on a mythic level. And I think rightly so. I think he's awesome in these movies. So I don't envy his position in the sense of having to step into this role that is so beloved by a previous actor. The race stuff is, that's whatever. That's all nonsense. I think that conversation, but like, it's just a tough ask. So, I mean, I hope he does well with it, but that's it. Living up to that is going to be a big ask of anyone.
Yeah. Yeah. And Jason Isaac came out and blasted everybody. He's like, he's like one of the best actors ever. It's like, cool. I just put up or shut up. Who cares what you look like? Nick Frost. So we've seen Nick Frost in Hot Fuzz.
I didn't realize that was Nick Frost from the trailer. Okay.
Yeah. As Hagrid, Skeleton Crew, World's End, Shaun of the Dead. You know, he's in that whole crew.
Sure. Bunch of stuff.
Yeah, he's great. And he looks really, I think I had pulled that up. He does a good where is it?
They had him. I mean, they styled him to look essentially exactly like, I don't actually know the actor's name who played Hagrid in the original ones, but
Robbie Coltrane,
right?
Yeah.
So I love his performance as well. They styled him basically the same. So, but Nick Frost is great. So yeah.
Luke Thalen is Quirrell. Like I know who Luke Thalen is. I've seen him. I don't know.
I don't, but that's fine. I don't know how important that character is, to be honest, anyway. Or at least like he's there. Obviously he's important. He's very important to the first book and the first like story in the first movie, but like that's fine.
Argus Filch as Paul Whitehouse. What do I know Paul Whitehouse from? Cool. Fast Show, Harry and Paul, Death of Stalin, Alice Through the Looking Glass, Corpse Bride, Alice in Wonderland, and more. I don't know. He's like every British, a big time British actor that I've never. That's what he looks like to me. Sorry, dude. So Catherine Parkinson, I've seen her, and I was trying to figure out where I've seen her before. The IT Crowd is where I've seen her.
Okay.
The British.
Again, they definitely looks like they're going younger in terms of the cast, like for the actor, like, so that's cool.
Yeah, there she is right there, like the IT Crowd. Yeah, which is cool.
That's not her. That's
that's not Molly. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's
Molly. That's the Dursleys, right?
Where I had her picture pulled up. Where was she? Dang it, was she not on here? Yeah,
right there. She just
right there. Belle, okay.
Her hair.
So this is who I was trying to play. So she's in the morning show. Belle Powley. Diary of a Teenage Girl and King of Staten Island, but she's in the morning show most recently. Right. She does really well in the morning show. But yeah, look how young they're going.
They're definitely going younger. So, which is fine.
Let's just kind of skate through some of these. Lox Pratt, don't care. Johnny Flynn. Sorry, Lox.
Sure. Again, that's a tough one. Again, like Lee Pace is a great. You know, some of these it's tough, even if they were like, you know, Lucius isn't a huge character in the show, but
no, that's movie, but. Jason Isaacs.
Oh, Jason Isaacs, not Lee Pace. Sorry,
yeah, he right. does look. He kind of has the Lee Pace look, but yeah, no, that's Foundation. Seamus Finnegan is Leo Early. Okay, cool, way younger.
Yeah, the Emperor. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Parvati. Okay, great. Lavender Brown. Okay, great.
Sure.
We got to that Dursley. So Daniel Rigby as Vernon Dursley. Like I didn't see him. I've seen him in Black Mirror, but that's like
most. These are all new. These are all new people. So like I don't know if I only like Nick Frost and then maybe one or two others. But this is all like different cast for me that I'm not knowledgeable about, which is fine.
Yeah,
that might actually help in some ways to just like have a bunch of people I don't really know, but obviously it's just they're big actors. I just haven't watched the show, so
yeah. Well, overall, I'm going to leave that image up because I think that's a fun image of Leonard Dursley just cutting Harry's hair. Excited? Where's your anticipation level? You want to see another trailer before you get excited? Are you? Is this something you're going to want to watch?
It looks cool. I think. From this, I'm excited for it. I don't know if this like shifted or this probably did. It did move the needle for me. I don't know if it's like Dune. We did our reaction to the Dune 3 trailer, and that trailer took me from not interested in that movie at all to being pretty hyped for that movie. This, I would say, was something I was probably like gonna watch but not be happy about watching, to I'm actually like, this actually looks cool. Like, I'm gonna check it out. I'm probably gonna enjoy it. Like, it looks well done. So so I would say, like, I'm not maybe like over the moon hyped, but like I'm like 7 out of 10 hyped. Like, I'm ready for this, and another trailer will probably cement it.
Yeah, I'll have the kids home around Christmas, and I'm sure I don't know how they're doing this, if they're gonna drop it all at once or if they're doing like a Stranger Things tiered release.
Batches.
I hope they don't do this. Like, we release 3 here and 3, a month later, to try to get you to squeeze another month subscription out of you. Like, I hope they don't do that. But I'll have all 3 kids here. Well, at least 2 of the 3 kids here. I'm sure we'll watch whatever we can watch of this, and I'm sure it'll be great. My kids love Harry Potter. Like, we went to Harry Potter World in London when we were there this summer, and that was just like, at least the younger 2, they were just like hog heaven. It looks cool.
I'd like to go there.
This like, for me, I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan, but I really dig like when shows are actually reverent with their material, and they're not like Lord of the Rings. Rings of Power was not reverent with its material. It had cool cinematics, cool visuals, but was not reverent with Silmarillion or any. Like, they were just adding characters willy-nilly and shifting storyline. Like, what are we doing here? Which, there's a piece of news. You did see Stephen Colbert and Peter Jackson are writing the new Lord of the Rings movie?
Great. I know Stephen Colbert's a big Lord of the Rings guy, but there's nothing about that interests me.
So funny.
I'll be interested. And Peter Jackson, like, we tried it with The Hobbit. Is he going to take this one seriously, or is he going to do what he did with The Hobbit? Like, also, there is no sequel, so you're just creating this. Like, this is like 15 years later. Maybe it's based on like some paragraph of lore or something from like one of those appendixes or other things that Tolkien wrote. But like,
we're out.
Good. We're good. Like, we don't need to do it.
Yep. Let's let it just live its happy life in peace right now. Or maybe this will burnish the reputation of the original trilogy even that much more. Who knows? Maybe it lives through that. I did want to bring up also, you were just talking about Dune, a guy that I've been doing some work with. His name is John. He is, and we've kind of talked about this a little bit, but he is the creator of an open source mythology, an open source universe that is trying to get creators into its mythology. Think like Warhammer 40K, where it's got a big sprawling empire, big sprawling thing, but this is open source. And so there's like a list of rules for creation, but inside of those rules, create the story however you want. And then we'll write the story, we'll write the characters. It's a pretty cool idea. He's a believer. He's a Christian, really cool dude based over in just outside of Manchester. He actually just gave me a video, released a video a couple days ago about Dune, and his take is that the books are actually worse than the movies. Like, Denis Villeneuve got the adaptation more right than the books were, than Herbert's books were, and I think that's a fascinating take. I'm gonna link this.
I prefer the Villeneuve movies to the book, the first book. We've talked about it a little bit. The book is not for me, really. It's very dense, and it's a good story. It's good world building. It's not particularly engaging, in my opinion. I think some of its themes of like religious zealotry don't totally land, even though it is maybe a good commentary overall. So I agree. Actually, I agree with that take. I think the movies are better than the book, in my opinion. Yeah.
So I'll share this in the comments. I'd love for you guys to go watch it. Also, that dude's a friend of mine, but he's doing some really cool stuff, and also he's releasing some really fun, spicy takes. He's talking about the fact that one of the videos he just put out was NATO versus Thanos. If NATO's army faced off against Thanos' army, who would win? And his theory is that Earth's military would dominate NATO or dominate Thanos, which I kind of agree with.
Sure. I mean, Bucky's just out there with like an M249 or something. He's doing a good job with that. So,
Laying waste. And then he also just released a video that I also highly agree with, got a ton of views, how Warhammer's greatest threat is control by a publisher instead of creator control, instead of open source creator control. How eventually you're going to run out of juice inside of the actual universe that the publisher is controlling, which I tend to agree with. If you don't have outside mythology, if you don't have outside stories coming in, eventually you Star Wars it to death, and then you just run out of story. And now Warhammer, there's 40,000 years or 40,000 somethings to go off of. And so you could just keep going. But eventually people are going to get tired of the same old story. You're back in the Warhammer ecosystem, aren't you?
A little bit. I'm in a bit of a weird zone now in terms of reading, because we finished Mistborn, which we'll have an upcoming episode on Mistborn, which was our book of the month for the book club. Next week we're going to be recording that. And then so after that, I wasn't sure. So I read 2 40K novellas, basically. They're kind of connected to a previous book called Hell's Reach that I had read about the Black Templars. So I'm sort of an in-between zone right now, because our book club book for next month is going to be Ender's Game. So I haven't wanted to start reading that yet, which I'm excited to read. I have read it a while ago, but it's been a bit. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, I'm in a bit of a tweener zone, but yeah, I've been enjoying the 40K stuff, and they're pretty easy just to kind of jump into and then jump out of, and it's fine. Like there's nothing, doesn't require too much.
Have you ever done the Ender's saga? Like the whole, 5-6 books?
No, I've never read any of them other than the first one. Okay. I know some people like the second one more than the first one. Like they really love the second one.
Oh,
yeah. And from my understanding, it's a very different tone. So it's more like either you're a kind of person who would like the first one more, or a kind of person who would like the second one more, because it's just an entirely different vibe from what I understand. But no, I haven't read past the first one.
Okay. Well, we'll have to talk about that. That's coming up. But first, we got to get through Mistborn. First, we got to get through the blitzkrieg of what happens with our console bracket, which you can vote in that in the doodly doos below. Templar, anything before we wrap up this episode here of the Roundtable?
No, I think we're good.
Awesome.
Check out the Discord, discord.gg/Lux Digital Church. We've got lots of stuff going on there. It was just our 5th anniversary, which was very exciting. We had our service yesterday, which was great. So yeah, lots of cool things going on. So jump in there, check it out. We'd love to have you. So
yeah,
that's everything.
Until then, we love you guys. For Templar, I'm Chino. We'll see you next time. Peace.